Good evening, everybody. My name is Kai, and this is my first video to this podcast. It's going to be called "Talk to Me," a conversation where a podcast where I'm going to, um, most times, bring up a conversation that I've had with someone personal in my life, and I'm going to express what they said as close to what they said as possible, and I'm going to express my thoughts and feelings on it. Uh, my reasons for making this are twofold. One, because hopefully I am allowed a chance to explain my thought process, I guess, and explain why I feel that I'm right. And two, to give uh, room for someone outside of the situation to hear objectively and comment pro or con as versus to the situation, whether they agree with me or not. I am used to people not agreeing with me, so I'm definitely not on here looking for people to agree with me. Pretty much sure that I'm the only crazy person in a room full of sane people. So, but this is my attempt to open the dialogue up and give room for more understanding on both sides. Today's conversation is going to be called "Am I the Asshole?" I'm sure you've seen a billion million versions of this on TikToks or on wherever you've seen it. I'm sure you've seen it. I Mine is personal for me because I've been dealing with this situation for some years now, and it I'm not the asshole. Okay, not gonna give you uh, close details or up in it shit. I ain't got time for that for reasons I don't feel like explaining. But I'm going to cover broad strokes and give it to you as succinctly as possible. Am I the asshole for choosing to allow an adult to believe what they want to believe and to essentially be perfectly fine with the relationship of ours being where it is and or lack thereof? the the question is brought up because um just for context sake, my sister got me a side job where I could make a couple extra dollars um, through a friend of hers. And working this side job it wasn't hard or whatever, but I needed that money. Needed, not you know, it wasn't like an arbitrary need, or it wasn't like I just be out here. I'm out here making buku money and wasting it, you know. Um, Hell, I had just got back into a place from being without a place. You know what I'm saying? And I needed that money because within getting into a place, ended up becoming caregiver to my son. Oh, fuck. Anyway, the moral of the story is that I needed that money. Now, this side job that she got me, She was already familiar with it because she had worked it. She was still she still worked on other days. You know, we just didn't work the same days. Um, it was almost one of those. You know how people used to get paid under the table, something like that. But the point is that she felt like because she got me the gig, she deserved an equal cut of my money as I did, as I deserved. Um, I disagreed. I let it go the first couple shifts or whatever. I let it go. I had already disagreed in my head, but I didn't say anything for the sake of peace. But around the second or third shift, when she mentioned that this was supposed to be a continuous her getting paid partnership, I voiced my concerns or my disapproval of it because it made no sense to me. And I asked her to make it make sense. Because if you could A, make it make sense in a way that I could understand it, or B, just tell me or explain to me that it's not gonna make sense because it don't make sense, but you need it to work out like that, I would have been more receptive to your conversation or her conversation. She just basically told me, nigga, I ain't making shit make sense. Either you gonna do the damn job or you can go. I said respectfully, thank you for, putting me on to help me out. But if that's how it is, I'm good. You can count me out. Um, my mother sided with her, and it's whatever. I don't give a shit. That's normal. They girls, girl power. The problem then comes in is that the problem comes in is that where the boss or the manager or whatever of that little side hustle contacted me on their own when my sister wasn't in town, and they wanted me to work and make money. Now, due to the fact of me bowing out, my sister has an attitude with me, and my mother is telling me that I'm wrong, and so we're not on talking terms at this point. It's been a couple of days to a week. We ain't nobody got words to say to me. I ain't got words to say to nobody because don't nobody care to make it make sense to me. I'm not gonna keep trying. So when I get offered the job, it's about midway point between paycheck and paycheck, and so a little extra money in your pocket looks real good or whatever. Plus, I got my son, and you know, eats like a vacuum. So, yeah, so I took the job. You know what I'm saying? I did the job, did the little ditty, made the money, and my sister didn't get her cut. And so now I was told that those people that I worked with went back and told her, comma, and showed her, told her what I said about my sister and my mother, and showed her text messages of me saying it. I the only time my sister ever came up in conversation between he and I was right after he contacted me, and he when I got it. I don't even think we texted about it. I'm pretty sure I said something when I got in the car to the effect of, shit, I thought I was out of the money, but shit, if y'all, shit, I ain't mad if y'all want to keep making money. I'm down to make the money too. Shit, apparently I'm out the family anyway. Something to that effect. Because I get X'd out of the family, or I X myself out sometimes. But I digress. I don't talk to this. I ain't talked to this person on no friend tip. Not never. I ain't hung out with them, but one time at that point, and that was with my sister. Those was my sister's friends. That was money to me, friends to her. You can have your friends and the money. Honestly, when I said that I was walking away, I meant that. But at the point where you're not the boss, at the point where I get X'd out for having a logical opinion or wanting to make some sense. At the point where I'm the problem because I want to know why, because I want it to make sense to me, because I said I'm willing to pay you a flat, finder's fee or connector's fee, connection fee, just because you seem to this you seem like this is going to be an issue. I even went as far as to say that I'm willing to pay you a small finder's fee, or just in between every day that I do a shift or whatever, and I get paid for that shift after the end of the day, I cut you a little piece off, but it's a flat piece, and it's not it's not a half of what I get. It's not that. That apparently was not reasonable. That was insulting because everybody else who had been given the job did it her way, and so I was replaceable. So I told her to replace me. So at that point, I ain't talking to nobody. uh, I text my mother randomly. It was one night. I text my mama, "I love you," just off some bullshit. Hadn't talked to her, but I just wanted to say I love you. Uh, Around 4 o'clock the next morning, she get, texted me talking about, "Oh, you don't love me because love is no." What she said was love is and love is an action, and without action, love don't mean shit or whatever. In words, it's talking cheap, basically. I said, just as a counter statement, not to argue or anything, but I was making a rebuttal because A, I don't know where the fuck all this shit coming from, and then B, I'm just having conversation. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. The fuck? I say, well, I hear your, I hear. I respect the fact that you feel like love is an action, but I feel like love is a feeling that is best felt through action. Apparently, that was offensive. I wasn't supposed to say that because apparently I was already in a doghouse and I didn't know it. I knew that there was that whole thing, but that had been months before. Or at least a month. Or, yeah, about a month or two. Shit, since then. So I ain't thinking I'm still in the doghouse. Doghouse. I'm just off to the side again. I'm used to it. But when I say that shit, I become public enemy. No, when I say that shit, it is revealed that I've been public enemy number one, and I just wasn't knowing that nigga the spiritual warfare had already begun to be waged against me or whatever the fuck is how those those religious people will put it. People praying on my downfall. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. She goes on. My mother goes on to like, oh, you think, basically telling me that I'm stupid. I think I'm so smart, and if love wasn't, if basically I'm wrong for saying that love is a feeling that is best felt through action. And so to confirm, to go behind her point, she said, "Oh well, to prove it, uh, you couldn't do nothing for me when you was a baby and all of this shit. Not to carry you. That's love and that's an action. Da 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 da." And I'm like, what you're saying is not necessarily detracting from my point. It's technically you're proving my point by saying that you loved me, and to show it, you took care of me as a child or as a baby or whatever, as opposed to if you didn't love me, then you wouldn't have done the actions. It's basically what I'm saying. I wasn't argumentative. I kept it peaceful. I'm like, yo, I respect that. I was just stating my opinion, and this is why I felt like that, or this is why this is what the basis of my opinion is built off of. It's a simple, polite back and forth shit. Or to me, it's polite and simple because it's 4 o'clock in the motherfucking morning, going on 5 now, and you're clearly having an attitude, or you're clearly, I, and so I'm just like, I'm just expressing my point. Nigga, it goes off into, oh, you stupid, and you so smart, so you go ahead and do your own thing, and I'm done with you. And I've been thinking on it for a while now. It's been on my mind that I've been done with you for a while now. But now this, I was thinking that maybe we could reconnect, but then this was the nail in the coffin, nigga, which put me onto the, oh, so this is the fuck? Okay, but continue. Like, she going on and on about how right she is, how wrong I am, how stupid I am, and how the Lord is, and Allah and Jesus is all hopefully going to show me the light and make what's wrong right. And if He has His way and it's His will, and He want us to come together again, then we will. And until then, I'm done. I'ma just be done with you. Oh my God. Okay, my bad. There was an airplane and it got loud as fuck for some reason. I don't know. Shit's crazy. So back to what I was saying. So she going off and off, and you know when people I've noticed in my life, I've seen it on TV. You see it if you pay attention. You see it everywhere. What I've noticed is that when people bring up religion in a conversation that generally don't have nothing to do with religion, or when people bring up religion to back their point up, for me at least, I've already lost the conversation because it's no longer a conversation. Because now you have the approval of the Lord on your side, so you can't be anything but right. So it is at this point that I begin to, respectfully bow out of the conversation, because now you didn't tell me you done with me and that you washing your hands and you've been thinking about it and praying on it, and this was the final sign for you. So I say, you know what, and you tell me have a good day and da 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 da. And so I say, have a good day. May the good Lord shine His light on you, and love, peace, and hair grease. You come back and say, or my mother comes back and say, yeah, you don't love me. You don't love nobody. You ain't loyal to shit. You loyal to the ops. You know what I'm saying? You the enemy. Da 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 da. I didn't heard about the shit that you say. And da 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 da. And okay, now, you, I don't know who's watching this, but if you're watching this and you know me, you know I don't talk to nobody because I'm a fucking homebody. If you're watching this and you don't know me, you can probably see the piercings and the contacts and all that shit and think that, oh, he must be, you know, wild. But I spend most of my time at a house with my son mostly, but for the most part, I'm indoors. My doors usually. Shit, I do it whatever I'm gonna do in the home, usually by my goddamn self, because I'm always the bad guy, because I'm always wrong, as you can see. Um, I would read the whole conversation, but then that gets long and long-winded. So let me see if I can find just the part where we're at now. Yeah, this is right around the end. Okay, so last words of the conversation. Now, this was after I had tried to bow out at a conversation. I'm like, wow. Okay, no, that's not it. Okay, let me see. It's a damn. I know where it is because they have hearts on it on the last message I sent. Oh, there we go. All right, so my bow out was. Ooh, we're pushing it with 19 minutes. Give me a second. My bow wow was, okay. It's unfortunate that, cause she was like, yeah, she done. If you find a way back, cool. If not, that's the God's will. I'm like, it's unfortunate that that's the takeaway from a conversation that literally started with an "I love you" text. However, I understand. All love, no hate. God damn it. All right. So, Sorry about that again. This fucking airplane shit. This is the second one in less than 10 minutes. It's fucking weird. Um, okay, so yeah. It's unfortunate that that's the takeaway from a conversation that started with "I love you," but I understand. All love, no hate. I wish you the best as well, and may the good Lord shine His holy light upon you and yours. All love. That's supposed to be a heart, but I'm holding my phone with one hand, so imagine. She comes back and hits me with the. This is. I mean, I already knew it was gonna be some shit about the fact that the conversation went this far left, this fucking fast. This means you was just sitting on this shit. Yeah, years of bullshit. That's clear. Deverante, believe me when I tell you that your words and thoughts of me get back to me. They do. We, her and my sister, also know that you chose outsiders over family as well. I'm assuming that they meant when I chose not to go to my brother's funeral because I couldn't, because I chose not to. I'm assuming that's what they, the choosing, I'm assuming that's what they meant. Um, your sister's so called friends are now your brother. Okay, that's the friend that put me on the job. He been calling me brother because he calls her sister. He calls her his sister because she's best friends with his girl. And when he met me because I was her brother, he called me brother. Not okay, but whatever. Your sister's so-called friends are your brother now, and you reach out to them more than you do us. I haven't talked to you all. I haven't talked to them because they got mad at me because I wouldn't just shut the fuck up and go for what I was told to do. And I talked to them because they were contacting me about making money. We weren't talking on no friend shit, not never once. Every time I saw him was a either money making opportunity or potentially money making opportunity. He ain't never came over to my house to kick it. Anytime he's ever shown up or anytime I've ever been around him was because he said, "Hey, you want to try to make some money today?" Bet, done. Say less. um. Oh yeah. So you reach out to them or you do us. Yeah. The way they talk about others, they talk about you too. They ain't never said shit to me about y'all. At that point, they had never said anything to me about y'all. I never said anything to them about you. I thought I thought I would have sworn because I don't know where that would have came in the conversation from, but whatever. I digress. She goes on to say, "You have no shame nor loyalty to no one but yourself. Yes, how unfortunate indeed. You only play yourself. I have no shame in the fact that I have loyalty to myself. I have no shame that I'm willing to put myself above most people in my family. And that's because historically speaking, they've done that and worse to each other. To me, I learned from the best. So if this is true, now I can't say that I've not shown any loyalty, especially to her of all people, but I can't say that I've not I won't refuse because I guess loyalty depends on the eye of the beholder, and if it was disloyal for me to continue to make money without my sister's input, then I guess that qualifies me as disloyal. I'll take it. That's fine. Either you make it make sense for me or I'm going to continue to make sense without you, is what she said to me, basically, that she was going to continue to make sense without me. She just didn't think that I was going to continue to make sense without her as well. I don't know. It really pissed her off, though. You aren't loyal. You side with every opt. I don't know if it was supposed to be opt like opposition or opt like opportunity. I don't fucking know. But I side with everybody that's not them. How can you be trusted? And I mean, how can you be trusted? And in trust, there's love. Oh, but you can't see things that way, huh? Yeah, that's self-explanatory. Well, hopefully one day you'll learn. Basically, from there on, I'm just like, I'm like, okay, no comment from me. Believe what you will, because for years, all it takes is somebody to say, I said anything. They ain't never got to show shit. Never. And when I want to see the proof that they're showing, it's always magically gone, or no one wants to talk about that part. Honestly, I just stopped giving a fuck, so I don't argue back and forth, and I damn sure don't try to prove myself anymore, because I don't he say she say, and if you believe them based off of whatever they said, then you can believe them, and that'll just be my life, because it's not worth it. Arguing with grown folks about what I did or did not do is not worth it. Hell, I hate arguing with my girl. I hate arguing with my relationship partner about if I'm talking to somebody else, or if it. I, I hate arguments. Period. I have an issue with that mentally. So that going back and forth shit don't interest me. But if you ask me, I will respond. And generally speaking, even though I've been called several liars, even though I've been called several liars, I've never seen the evidence to go. I've never seen any evidence to go with it. They say they've seen it. They say it's there, but I never get to see it. I've never seen me say shit. Damn sure ain't never seen me say shit I couldn't explain. Easy as fuck. But I digress, because now we're pushing on to 30 minutes, so we don't have to hurry up and wrap this shit up. Uh, you betrayed me with that ratchet family of yours. That ratchet family of mine being the family of her family that she was born into, and the family that I wouldn't have no connection to had you not put had we not been introduced to their toxic, molesting, abusive asses. And who introduced us to this ratchet family, as you call it? Who put them in my way? I was a baby. You knew that they were evil, and you gave them babies. You let the babies spend the nights at the house. You moved a pedophile brother in, just like your mom, just like. Mm-mm. But I betrayed her with the ratchet family. I said, now at this point I had already checked out when I gave it a Lord Shine Your Light thing, because I know when you, like I said, when it gets to Jesus, when it gets to religion, when it gets to Allah, when the conversation gets there, you're not listening. You're heaven ordained. God has stamped his approval on you, so you're not gonna hear shit that I have to say. So I'm done. And this has been like this for about 10 years plus. That's our relationship. Jesus always got her back, and don't shit nobody got to say or no proof means shit besides. Anyway, I'm like, all right, you're right. Have a good day. Yeah, they've shown the text, all the while stating things, and I hurt for y'all, but I can't fix it. So I realized the real lies and the fuckery of loyalty. I tried to refrain from saying anything, but you claim to love me, and the level of that love, and the level of love that flows from people nowadays. I'd rather just close myself and love myself and heal myself and focus on myself than to deal with any other beings, outer beings. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm sorry. Any outer beings. Gotta zoom in a little bit. Any outer beings, and maybe grow stronger to be able to deal with real life in life's terms. I'm truly tired of fighting the inevitable. The family I once had and was building has ultimately been destroyed. This is her. This is this blah. Um, and that was the end of the conversation. Now, have not spoken to this person since that day, and that was, what was that? End of March. So it's been a good 3 weeks. Am I the asshole because I was sent a you little cute little message. It's like can we do nope. Okay, so apparently can't flip it. Um. Okay, so I was trying to flip the camera around so I could show you the thing. It's a cute little thing. It's like, have a fabulous Friday. My humble wish for you. May your cup overflow with joy, peace, and pure awesomeness. Am I the asshole because when I got the message, I got angry because I'm tired of you yo-yoing my feelings or you yo-yoing your love because every time anybody says anything came out of my mouth, you take it as gospel and I have to now live in the world that I was talking shit and I had never said anything. Am I the asshole for not even bothering to go ask the dude and his girl if they said anything? Because at the end of the day, they are not my family. And if they did lie on me, that means little to nothing to me, more so than my family just choosing to believe any fucking thing that anybody says. Am I the asshole for feeling like my mother wants to be angry with me for whatever reason? Am I the asshole? Or is she right and that I was wrong for I did my sister wrong and that um I should show my love in a more concise way. um okay.